Hello, my friends. Today is October the 31st. Happy Halloween. Blessed Samhain. So, today, this is a birthday reading for those people born on this date, or an anniversary or special event reading, if you want to expand upon it that way. But this is a four-card reading, a general energy card for the year, a challenge you might face this year, an action you can take to stay in balance, and an outcome or synopsis card. So, what is the general energy card of the year for those special beings of this day, October 31st? It is the riddle. And what does the riddle talk about except that there is something going to happen this year, or is happening this year, uh, that is something that may take your consciousness, may take your sense of yourself and make you question what is going on and make you question what you don't know about things. There's a mystery that becomes available to you. It's a strong mystery, and like all strong mysteries, like all riddles, like all koans, uh, there is no quote right answer to look for when the riddle is here. There is only uh, the waiting for, and the patience for, and the surrendering to, and the humor needed to go through time so that a big lesson or a big message can be delivered to you. This is something about you learning deeply about yourself, learning deeply about your own particular pattern and possibly humanity's pattern that you can then bring out into the world and share with others once you have gone through the time, gone through the patience, and gone through the humor needed to let yourself be at peace while you wait the answer that might be pushing to you in some kind of question this year. But hold on, hang on, and keep breathing. That's what the riddle often says. It's not here to answer your particular question. It's here to give you a mythic response. It's here to give you not a literal response, not a change in outside energy, but a mythic response, a change in conscious energy of how you go about working in this world and being in this world. So, what's your particular challenge, October 31st? Well, it's the devil. And so, the devil is something that oppresses us, and whether it's a literal devil or it's just the many devilments of our own minds that we hold on to because someone put them there and we believe them. And often, this is a sense of doing something wrong, doing something bad, doing something immoral, doing something sinful, that others judge about us, and putting those things inside of us and locking them away because we don't want to look at them, because we hate them and we can't get away from them, but because they're actually controlling our life. So we're bedeviled. We bedevil ourselves by locking in all these old pains. And then what do we do? But we want some sweetness in our life because we feel bedeviled, and we go about trying to give ourselves some meaning and some comfort by taking the drugs that then put us in an even harsher place, taking the sugars that even put us into a harsher place, drinking the alcohol that often puts us into a more harsh place where we feel even more bedeviled by giving in to these things, these temptations, these things that we hope will give us some beauty and some joy again, but often just bedevil us. So the devil is really a lot about the things that bewitch us and the things that hold us captive until we choose to not let them hold us captive. So, this could be for you, your challenge might be an outside sense of being held by somebody else's morality and somebody else's control, or an inside look at yourself, more than likely, about the things that you give your power away to, the fears that you give your power away to, the old dramas that you have given your power away to because you're afraid to see them, to show them, to honor them, the old addictions and compulsions and obsessions that might be pushing at us. So this might be a challenging time in a sense of having some kind of addiction or oppression or obsession kind of holding you in some kind of a painful way. And it's a big lesson, and it's a lesson that's going to take some time, like the riddle says, and some patience and some surrender and some humor, because that's humor is really kind of the best way to deal with the devil. You have to learn to laugh at yourself. You have to learn to laugh with situations that you might have given so much power or fear to before. You have to learn to laugh about them. You have to learn to laugh to release yourself from old guilts and shames and envies and fears. You have to laugh about the fear that's underneath that you're not connected, and that you're cut off, and that you're abandoned, and that you're unworthy, and that you're a bad person, and that you're evil, and all these other words of condemnation that are really what the devil is all about. It's what the devil calls to us when we call upon the devil. When we look at that aspect of the devil, we bedevil ourselves. We hold ourselves in contempt, and we don't remember that we are sacred beings. So what's the action you can take this year? Well, it's the dolphin. And what is the dolphin but sacred mana, sacred breath? The dolphin, is that connector from the dream time to the everyday world that talks to us about the progress that we've made, and primarily the progress to learn how to breathe. The dolphin holds its breath, goes under, water comes up out of the water, and pops the cork on top of its head to release the carbon monoxide, sorry, into the atmosphere, and then take in a new breath of cleansing and healing and light. So this card is really strongly about learning how to breathe through things, learning how to breathe deeply and fully, so you can pull up some of those old pains within you and learn to heal them, about breathing slowly and evenly, so that you can go through pleasurable experiences, deepening your breath to go through those pleasurable experiences, and then doing more shallow breath in order to get something through something that's painful. But as long as you're breathing, you can have a shallow breath. You can have a slow breath. You don't have to go fast. You don't have to push hard. You just have to relax into the breath that's right and natural for each moment. And by coming back to your breath in a better way this year, by coming back to your breath, however you do it, through meditation, through yoga, through exercise, through specific breathing techniques, through imitating the dolphin and popping your cork, through rebirthing breath work or vivation breath work, or some kind of focused breath, Anulom Vilom in the Hindu practices. Re-establishing your breath pattern can break up the different holds that you give to the devil things in your mind, different holds to the devilish things that bewitch you in your soul, the devilish things that hold you down and make you don't not think you're connected to spirit, because the dolphin says if you're breathing, you're connected to mana, you're connected to spirit, you're connected to the sacred of yourself and the sacred of the universe. So learning how to breathe, learning how to connect into the sacred mana that is creator's universe, learning how to let go of toxins that don't serve you. Let go of thoughts that don't serve you. Let go of the illusions that don't serve you. And that's the last card, is a soul card by Deborah Kopp Chafin. This, to me, says a lot about illusions, about holding on to realities that don't quite exist, both painful and pleasurable. That if you can't live on this earth and live in a lot of illusions. You have to keep coming back to yourself as a sacred being in touch with spirit, in touch with the earth, supported by the earth, to have an experience of being human in form on this level of the earth, and to look in all the four directions, earth, air, fire, and water, to have understandings come to you, to have life happen with you, to touch the grace that is you, and you have this connection to spirit that will speak to you and will heal you and will give you divine love if you open to it, if you allow yourself to be open to it, and to not judge yourself as abandoned or unworthy of it. This is the riddle is really about you coming to the sacred terms of being a sacred being in a human form, in a human vessel that's learning its lessons as it goes along, and it's learning how to heal old patterns that don't work, and it's learning how to open up to the giving and receiving that is the sacred part of being on in human form on this earth at this time. Blessed be to you. Aho Mitakuyasan.